Welcome back to Business Live. And I've got to tell you this story coming through. The Ghana Revenue Authority has retrieved over 100,000 items worth of 3.6 million cedis being transported through Tema and Aflao borders with the purpose of evading taxes. The operation, which was carried out last week, Friday, saw the seizure of goods including rice, cooking oils and other products meant for Burkina Faso. Now, speaking to journalists, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Kwesi-Sapon, warns that the Customs Division of GRA is on high alert to arrest more businesses found culpable in such activities. Joining us in studio is Aman Ebenezer Sabute, who just returned from that press conference a while ago. Eben, thank you so much for joining us here on Business Live. First off, what's the purpose for this operation?
Right. So, as we are all aware, normally when getting closer to the end of the year, activities of importers and exporters, goes up. So, the Commission, the Customs Division of the GRA and the National Security decided to take this operation to ascertain whether goods that are coming in are purpose for the country or otherwise. And then, transit goods are normally tax-free. They don't pay duty because it is expected that they are going to other countries. So they use Ghana to other countries and then they sell. These very products were meant for Burkina Faso, so they were identified as transit goods so that they don't pay the required taxes. But along the line, the people in the bus or the whoever officials decided to tamper with the tracking devices, which they were trying to, take it out and then sell it into the local market. So
we know the Commissioner has been speaking, speaking on the back of that.
So that's how come. So let's listen to the Commissioner General himself, Anthony Sapon, give us more on that.
Devices that we fix on these trucks to monitor their movement through Ghana to the destinations were tampered with, again suggesting that there was real intention to actually avoid duty and divert these goods. So that action alone saved the state 1.9 million Ghana cedis. Similarly, we undertook enforcement actions around the same time at the Aflao Collection Enclave, where again multiple trucks suspected of carrying uncustomed goods were also intercepted. The intercepted goods include rice, sugar, tomato paste, beverages, textiles, and clothes. These items were either misclassified or undervalued as far as duties were concerned. Here again, the estimated duty ranged about 1.7 million Ghana cedis. So if we take a look at these two operations alone, through the vigilant actions of the Customs Division, Ghana Revenue Authority, in collaboration with National Security and the military, we were able to prevent revenue loss of 3.6 million Ghana cedis, and therefore protecting the national affairs.
Rightly so. For us. And we know this is not the first operation of its kind, and there are more or subsequent ones happening. But generally, what has been the impact of such operations?
So if you could remember, last month there was a similar operation, but that has to do with the downstream petroleum sector, where some OMCs were also caught in similar operation. We reported earlier that that was going to cost the state about 3.7 million cedis. But the update from the Commission was that as of today, the goods were sold to the open market and they realized about 4.6 million cedis to the state, including the taxes that these companies were supposed to pay. So these are about 3 or 4 of such operations, and more of such are expected to happen before the end of the year. Like I said, we are ending the year, so such operations go on to, get the proper goods that are supposed to be in the country and those that are supposed to be for transit.
All right, so ultimately, the GRA is bent on, punishing recalcitrant business owners and even individuals. Walk us through some of the punitive measures the GRA intends ruling.
So in cases like this, this very one, the drivers of the various trucks were going to face the law in a way that they are going to be made to pay the penalties, and then the owners will also be made to pay the penalties. In some cases, you're going to pay the penalty and then also go to jail, or you go to the court and then the court, whatever the court says, you obey that. So yes, there are a lot of punitive measures in the law that if you don't go according to what the tax laws are saying, you'll be faced with. So businesses are advised to avoid such instances.
All right. So we don't know when next the operation will begin, do we?
Exactly so. You know, this is a security matter and
All
we cannot disclose that on air.
All right. Thank you so much, Eben Sabuti, my colleague here at Joy Business, and of course attended that press conference organized by the Ghana Revenue Authority. We shall keep our eyes on that and of course bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. But feel free, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. That's where we have the great stories there on that portal, business stories here in Ghana and beyond. That's it for Business Life. I am Pius Kojo Baka.